when you come to GitHub, you create accounts and then you see your dashboard. You have something like this. Not really like this because you might not have repositories, right? So if you see on the side here, I have repository. If I click on show more, I have a list of all my repository. I will explain them soon. And then on the top here, you can have your profile and other things that you can configure, right? You click on the profile picture, then you can configure everything, settings that you may need and all that. But right now we are just going to let's focus on trying to create a new repository. I click on the new button there. Then yes, so the name that we're giving it is will be the one that appears over here. That's the name that I have, and then you can provide a repository name. But what is really a repository? Repository is just, we are now in the online. Last time, as I was explaining, I was saying that we have the GitHub platform, right? It's the online version of stuff. So this is the GitHub itself, right? It's going to contain a lot of code, right? Just like on your machine, you have different folders for different projects. Let's say this is project 1, this is project 2, this is another is project 3. The GitHub platform is also huge, right? This is the GitHub platform. But when you go there, you have to make sure that when you have this project 1 on the GitHub, you also have something like a folder for project 1, so that when you make changes over here, the change goes to the GitHub. You refer to this project, and then there is another one for P2 on the GitHub, and there's another one for P3, like that, right? So when you make change of P1, you push it to the GitHub. The GitHub will now refer to that repository. Anytime you push something to GitHub, you must be referring to a particular project on the online version, and each small project is called a repository. So this one is how to create a new repository. It's just like how you are creating a new folder for a new project, something like that. But you can have access to other projects, like, so here let me just write demo repo, right? Demo repo is available. So if the name doesn't exist, they will prompt you, then you change it. So description, you can add descriptions to it. You can either make that particular repository public or private, so that only you can see it, and people that you've invited to public, like everybody can have access to it. You can try to add a readme file. We'll talk about readme file later. And then you can add git ignore or no git ignore based on the project that you are working on. Let's say we'll be working on Python, so let's go down. Let's say Python, so selected Python for the kind of git ignore file that will be there. And then add license, no license, they will just create repository. You click on create repository, then you go ahead and you have one. It will open the whole repository for you. Alright, now it is ready for us now. The repository is ready for us. Okay, so what do we have here? So you see the demo repo, that's the name of the repository, and we have many things to worry about over here. So there is something here called like main. If you click on the main, the arrow beside it, you'll be seeing main and other stuff, right? Those are branches. That's where you keep your branches. We'll talk about branches later, but this is how you keep this is how your repo will be looking like. And currently we just have initial commits kind of thing. Then dot ignore file that we allowed is this one here, and then the readme file is also here. So these are the two things that we have in our repo currently. So this is how simple to create a repo, right? So a repo is just basically like a project folder on the remote. You can go and create a new folder. So if you look at mine, you can see that I have a list of repos, different repos on the side here. I can find, meaning that they are just mini different projects. It's not anything huge. Different project. On different project I have things. Let me share how a typical repo might look like in future when you make future stuff. So you see we have a lot of stuff here, inside. So you see those one we're having readme and git ignore, right? By this one we have a lot of files, and then we have tests, and then things that we have to do, they are all here. Then let me go to, if I click on the main, you can see that on the main now there are a lot of, not just main inside, but a lot of branches inside. We'll talk about branches later, right? Yes. So this is how to what to worry about now. And I'll go back to demo repo. So I'm going to look for demo repo. If you are many, you can just search demo repo. Then you click on it, then I will just find it. As simple as that. Then I come back to my home project. Right, this is online. This is the online. We will look at how to have it on our own project. So having our own projects that you have to use. I'll use a demo to see how we use that.